Okay, great. Welcome. As long as I'm able to get someone in here, then of course I will start the show. Thank you so very much for joining. I noticed something, Chuckies. I remember when I was on live last evening, a lot of people were saying that I didn't look excited. But I'm now that I'm thinking about it and I keep looking at my face, I realize I'm just super tired. I'm just very, very, very tired. So that's what you see coming through on the screen. So yes. Um, I'm gonna try to be pumped up, obviously, but yeah, it's been a long week, and as you can see clearly, a lot has been going on in track and field. Now, with that said, I'm not gonna be spending long on this live. There are a few things that I wanted to clear up, as it relates to, a few of our athletes. A few things that were said. I just want to clear up a few of them. So I want to start with, hey Keisha, what's up? I want to start with Akeem Blake. I want to just start with him. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a video, video talking about Akeem Blake. What was the word I used on the thumbnail? I don't even remember what I used on the thumbnail. But long story short, you know, um he didn't he false started, sorry, in well, what I assume is a false start, right, in his race. However, before he false started, Julian Fort also false started in um in the race, and he was flung out. I've seen posts that, I mean, post the live, I think either late last night or this morning. I've been seeing some videos of Julian Fort circulating, remonstrating about the decision to eject him and not eject Akeem Blake. And of course, he says stuff along the lines of, make it fair across the board, fair is fair, it's not equal, blah, blah, blah. Right? You can see those comments on social media. The videos are circulating all over. So you'll be able to see see that there. But anyway, somebody sent me some information as it relates to the starting rule and the discretion possibly used in the case of Akeem Blake. Now, when it comes to Julian Ford, yes, it was a blatant false start. Now, my understanding of the rule for twitches in the blocks or making your hand leave, my thought process, I think, prior was that as long as your feet or hands leave the blocks, then it would be considered a false start, without any quote unquote discretion used, right? But if you're twitching and but your feet still stay in the blocks, and your hands don't leave, the ground, then it won't be considered, a false start. However, I'm just gonna read this line from the rule so that you guys can do with it what you will. So any motion by an athlete that does not include or result in an athlete's foot/feet losing contact with the foot plates of the starting blocks, or athlete's hand or hands losing contact with the ground shall not be considered to be the commencement of his start. Let me read that again. Any motion by an athlete that does not include or result in the athlete's foot/feet losing contact with the foot plates of the starting blocks, or an athlete's hands losing contact with the ground, shall not be considered to be the commencement of the start. So I don't know if you guys remember, in Akeem Blake's instance, whilst his feet did leave the blocks in that motion, his hands didn't leave the ground. So it's from this I'm getting either or a situation. So from this I'm getting the attempt from him was not blatant, in the sense where, okay, it was a false start because both his hands and his feet left the pedals. However, in this case, it seems as though the starters are able to use some discretion, and that's the discretion they used to, possibly have him put him back into the race. But long story short, track is Julian Fort was out. He felt that it was not fair. Akeem Blake was left in. I saw a few persons also in my comment section, and check is, yes, I have not been able to respond to the comments because honestly, as I said, I'm very tired. I've been seeing them, I've been reading them, just haven't had the energy to really go through and comment. Maybe I'll get around to it, or maybe not. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I really do appreciate you guys commenting. I've been seeing a few people though commenting and saying, they're not really they don't really feel any way for Akeem not making the team because he did false start. At the end of the day, track is sometimes the negativity is too much. It's too much. Like I've been seeing you guys say too many things in the comment section, and sometimes I have to be wondering if y'all really support Jamaicans and Jamaican athletes, or if you're just in it for one person and that's it. At the end of the day, this is a channel that supports the athletes, the Jamaican athletes. Yes, I'm not gonna say I don't have a few favorites in the sport, but at the end of the day, you won't catch me coming out here saying a good, when certain things happen with athletes, and I don't expect to see that on my platform as well, or from the persons watching. Like, I expect more from you guys. You know what I mean? I don't like the vibe that I'm getting, and I don't know if I'm soaking up the negative energy because last night you all threw me for a loop. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm soaking up this negative energy, but y'all have been negatively affecting me and I don't like it. Okay, so that's it for Akeem Blake. It is what it is. He didn't make the team. I don't think it's we shouldn't be coming on and saying, okay, serves you right kind of thing. It's just one of those things. You turn up for the race, eight men lined up. Only three could take the spot. Three took the spot. We're excited for the three. We will be supporting the three. For those who made it onto the relay team, we'll also be supporting them. For those that didn't make it, again, there's always a way to look back on how they can better themselves going forward in the future. But it's definitely not a moment for us to tear the athletes down. I'm seeing way too much, and right now I'm getting emotional because again, I don't know. I can't take the negativity too much. It's too much on my poor little soul. Oh my God, if you look in my eyes, look at that. I'm tearing up. All right, let's move on and talk about another something else. Let me talk about something positive before I talk about something negative again, because again, I feel like I'm about to cry. Let's see. Hey again, Keisha, thank you for joining. Hey Ryan, what's up? Hey, Agostino. Um, hey Wizzo. Well said. I like that some people just don't understand about the sports and then they criticize a lot of the athletes too much. Again, our channel always criticizes athletes as well, but we consider, what we do here is constructive criticism. It's not a way to tear down the athlete, but a way in which, we notice issues and we're like, okay, do this to better yourself because we want to see you succeed. So it's not, we won't be criticizing the athletes in a way to tear them down. You know what I mean? But I accept, constructive criticism over here, but it's not the negativity. Sometimes I can't bother with the negativity too much, man. Jeez. Um, Negativity is contagious. Yes, it is. It has had me really down. I don't know. Um, I think Akeem should try his shot in the 200. I don't know if he's entered. Let me go and check the male's 200-meter list. I haven't really been checking the thing happening today because today is a slow day in my brain and I'm just trying to recover. So let me see who is on it. Oh, he's there. He's there. Okay, so he's in the 200. That's good. That's good. That's good. And he has been running 200 meters this season. So let's see what he'll be able to do in that 200 meters. Also, Johan Blake, he gets a second shot. It would have been good to see Julian Ford, considering that he was such a good 200 meter. He is such a good 200-meter athlete. It would have been good to see him entered here, but it seems as though he threw all of his chips in the 100 meters. So no him here in this 200 meters. So, yeah, that's that. That's all she wrote for that 200 meters. But yeah, so remove all such comments as needed. Yeah, I don't even have the energy to go through and do that as well. I don't. We support all athletes. That's why we say fair is fair. Are you talking in relation to the whole false start thing, Kimani? It's not about you soaking up the negativity. The people in Jamaica, they are definitely too negative. They have to they have okay, they don't support their own if they're not seeing seen they're doing good. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a thing about us. I talked about it in the past. I talked about us having a bully mentality as well in the past, and it seems as though it's coming through in full force because if somebody is not your favorite, you'll rather, you know, let's say it's another thing that shocked me on my live last night. You'll rather literally come on the stream and wish, some a non-Jamaican beat a Jamaican athlete because your favorite didn't make it. That literally blew my mind. I couldn't believe, the things that I was hearing coming out of y'all's mouths. I was like, what is happening here? At the end of the day, Chuck, is I ain't playing no games. I've already told you. I don't have no cousins in the sport. Off the track, sure, no problem. I love y'all. Right? But when it comes to the track and field, Jamaicans being on the track, I have no cousins with nobody in no other country. Right? Because I always want Jamaicans to, be at their best, performing their best, winning all the medals. If Jamaica could get one, two, three in everything, I would be screaming for joy. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know that's not possible for us to get one, two, three in everything, but you know what? That's always my hope. You know what I mean? So it's always strange to me when I hear people say certain things, and I'm like, which side of Jamaica you grew up on if you have those thought processes? Because honestly, it's not a good thought. Not a good thought to have. Um, did he enter? Yes, Akeem Blake is in the 200 meters, so he has another shot. Um, let's see. Some people don't have a sense of people being their cheerleaders, so they put out that which they have learned elsewhere. We are starved of being fed positivity. Yes. I think it's the age of social media, just trolls and haters. Yeah. Yeah, but you see, because I wear my emotions on my sleeve, like what you get from me is the real me. So I soak up a lot of it, and it does affect me, I have to say. So, yeah. Let's see. Looking forward to the men's 400 meters. I expect a lot of 44s. Based on what I saw in the 400-meter hurdles, yes, it's a good, 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 good look. I don't know what happened with the men's 100 meters last night, to be honest. I was expecting, even if we still keep, as I say, you still keep the 991, you still keep the 996. I was still expecting to see some more faster times in the race. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the athletes faltered under the pressure. Okay, let me just talk about that as I mentioned it. Oblique Civil, you guys have attacked me. And again, as I said, this channel we do constructive criticism. It's not to tear the athletes down. But yes, from last year we've been talking about it, and we said we noticed an issue with Oblique Civil that he needs to work on. When he made it to that World Championships finals, I said he can definitely medal. When he didn't medal and he placed fourth, I said, look here, it's not because he wasn't fast enough. I believe that when it just came to the experience on the world stage, clearly it was his first time in a world final, so I understand that. But also running against those guys, he wouldn't have been challenging them before. So I felt that it was down to experience, on the day, the pressure of the moment, and he was just not able to execute his best race. Hence, he didn't medal, placing fourth, because it definitely wasn't down to times. The time for third place, as a matter of fact, the times, yeah, even the winning time, I'm sure, was well within his capabilities. But anyway, it certainly wasn't down to times for sure, right? So coming into 2023, we said, so from 2022, we've been saying Akeem needs to run more races internationally. He needs to get the experience. He needs to get that experience. Track is, y'all have been convincing me. No, Glenn Mills he's, Glenn Mills, and he knows what he's doing. And I'm not, discounting that the coach knows what he's doing. Ever. I'll never question that. But he needs that experience. But anyway, again, tell me say they're good, they got it, whatever. I said, all right, fine. Let me just wait and see. Let me wait and see. He's come around, Oblique is laughing. I said, all right, me I accept it. It was nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice moment. I enjoyed it. He was laughing, he was cackling. I had fun watching him. I was like, okay. Semi-finals now come around. One bag of bangarang with the false start them. Right? Okay. Akeem Blake ends up taking that race and he comes second. But he's still grinning in the race. So I say, all right, okay. I didn't really like it as much as I liked it in the first round, but still, he made it. It was fine. I was still expecting them to go much faster in the finals. So I said, all right, cool. Finals come now. Struggling to barely make the team trackies. I said to myself, the noise, what this? This is not what I was expecting. because if you're in this type of shape, I don't. I'm not expecting the kidding around. I'm expecting serious. I'm expecting focus. You know, to make sure that you're on the team and no questions asked. Yes, he made the team at the end of the day, but it was a very, very, very close call. And as you see, Akeem Blake didn't make it. So I had to start questioning myself and saying to myself, should I be going back to now start saying, what about the experience? Can't only tell myself to shut up and stop questioning the coach and stop talking about the experience. I mean, stop talking about the experience. So my question to y'all now, should I be going back to talking about the experience now that we've seen what happened in the race? Should I be talking about it again? I want to know. I really want to know. Anyway, let me take some comments and see. Um, well, me and Ryan will. What is that? Oh, delete the comments from the chat. Okay, I appreciate it. All ladies in the 100-meter final will be going to run the relays. Yes, they can select 8, so I'm glad they are selecting 8. 100-meter hurdles drop, 110-meter hurdles lineup drop yet. It should be out already. Should definitely be out already. Let me see. Yeah, it's out already. So this is another, I think, is it semi? This is semi to finals. I don't think they have a heat based on the amount of entrants that were originally there. Let me just double check Sunday to make sure that there's um no semi here. Okay, so yeah, it's a semi to finals. So yeah, they're out. Um, the major contenders are there. I see Rashid. I see Ronald Levy. They're in the same race. That's interesting. Um, Philip Lamonius, Tyler Mason, Dejour, Russell, LaFrance are in the same semifinal. Damian Thomas, Hansa Parchment are in the same semi. So I guess the toughest semi is gonna be semi number 2. Based on what I'm seeing, yeah, that's the toughest semi. Oh, Orlando Bennett, Rashid Broadbell, and Ronaldo are in the first one. That's not so bad. Let me see. They take 2. So 2 and then the next fastest 2 times. Let me see. Let me call some names here. I'm gonna go with Hansel and Damian in semi 3. I don't think anybody else is making it through on times in this one. In semi 2, I'm gonna go with Tyler Mason, Philip Lemonius, maybe this is where we see a fastest finisher. And considering 3 good people are in semi 1, we may get also one fastest finisher out of this as well, because we have Rashid Broadbell, Ronald Levy, and Orlando Bennett. I'm expecting all 3 to make it to the finals. So, yeah, and that's my thought process as it relates to the hurdles. Um, are you laughing at me, Brenton? Is a Shane Bailey in the 400 meters? Shock is I even missed the 400-meter heats last night, honestly. There's just way too much going on, and trying to cover everything has been really stressful. O'Shane Bailey, let me see. Uh, and practically everybody made it through. Must only one person never make it through. No, O'Shane Bailey is not in it. Not seen O'Shane Bailey in the lineup at all. As in, he didn't even take to the heats. That is, yeah. Um, Elaine said she she is hurt and didn't make the 100, but hopefully with belief she will make the 200. All right, trackies. As it relates to Elaine, tough season for Elaine. Um, deep introspection has to be done as well, considering the next season for Elaine as well. Um, what I'm hearing is that she looked like she was limping last night, so it's not looking so hot for the 200 meters, to be honest. So let's see what happens there. But we still have hope. Let's see what the athletes will come out with this evening. This evening will be at true tell, what she'll be able to manage. So let's see. Um, just do your thing. You're doing wonderful. Are you? Because uh I'm from the UK and I'm watching you all the time. Thank you, Wizo. Um, Thank you, David, for putting a smile on my face. I appreciate it. T, ignore, ignore, ignore. Make a plan. Keep the negativity at bay. I'm trying. I am trying. Oblique still acting like he's at champs. He needs to grow up, and he isn't mentally strong either. Yeah, a lot of growth needs to happen if we want to really dominate. Globally in terms of medaling. For sure, for sure, for sure, a lot of growth is required. Which takes me back as well to. I don't know if you guys were watching the was it under 20? The young man from States. I don't remember his name. Track is in the heat. Are the heat in the heat, trackies. My man, I turn around and I run so the whole time. Trackies. I took a deep breath and I did this. I just took a deep breath and I said, okay, he's a kid. That's all I said. Okay, he's a kid, and then I moved on with my life. Please, seniors, when you move on to our juniors, when you move on to the senior ranks, you have to let go of certain things. You have to, you have to, you have to. I don't know what's happening. But yeah. Oblique needs maturity, I swear. Talented youth, but maturity will give him the extra that he needs. If he's going to challenge the world, which I was hoping will happen, but no, I'm kind of down in that. I'm having a damper when it comes to my thoughts, as it relates to Jamaica and in the 100 men. It's not looking how I was hoping it would be looking. So let's see what will happen in a month and a half. They have a month and a half. Let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. You know. Oblique is the example of practice becomes perfect. He practices not to finish his race. Guess what? He isn't finishing his races. Okay, Una did attack me. When me did tell him the same now, don't him race them, but here we are. Here we are. Here we are. He is mentally strong. She just needs to be more focused and remember he's running on the big stage. I guess that's a he right there. Um, I don't know about the mentally strong comment. Jamaican male athletes have a culture of not running at full capacity, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And showboating, yeah, too much showboating. You don't see showboating from the women. Did you see what Sharika did last night? Did you see what Sharika did last night? You don't get that showboating. As a matter of fact, even at the junior ranks, when you see the females running, they are running tooth and nail to the line. There's no showboating. The men need to take a page out of the females' book. Me not tell you no lie. When it comes to execution, they need to step up their game. I don't know if you see the trend. The town artists and the town athletes get a different love than the country athletes, and the Jamaicans need to stop separating one Jamaica. Yeah, I noticed it. It's just that the country people are more demure in how they behave. Even if you look back in the day with how Veronica Brown, carried herself versus how, you see town people act. They're more vivacious, more vibrant, more out there, more outgoing. So I guess that is why people gravitate them towards them more. That doesn't mean the country people don't need love, or they're not Jamaican, or they should be looked down on, or disrespected when they don't perform, up to standard. Yeah, so I see what you mean, but at the same time as well, I talk about personal brand in the sports. I understand being somebody that's withdrawn, but if you're gonna be somebody on the global stage, you have to do something for your brand. You have to do something for your brand. You have to step out of your little shadow where you're in, and do something for yourself. Build a following for yourself, build a brand, and work from there. Because if a Jamaica you're gonna depend upon to do it, then it not happen. Them rather tear you down first. um, let's see. Him too giddy. Boy, Oblique, I hope you mature some. I'm not gonna lie. I'm no coach, but running and looking around seems to be counter to the project of. I'm sure Ronaldo Walcott pulled him up a little for that. Me not telling no lie. I'm sure he pulled him up for that. But was the most rural you could get. Yet he was loved by Toner. Yeah, because he put himself out there. Do you remember Usain Bolt from my greatest memory from track and field, and I think the one that makes me cry every time I watch track is when Usain Bolt won the World Junior Championship and he turned to the crowd and he did this. That moment stays in my head all day, every day. He's always had that personality, and yeah, so he's definitely I say a odd one out for country people, because country people not tend to act so. So he's definitely an odd one out. But yeah, work on your brand. Be like, yeah, not well, not everybody's gonna be like a Usain Bolt, but yeah, work on your personal brand and see how you can get yourself out there. But we definitely need to support all our athletes, that's for sure. Um, Analyze his start. The start wasn't that perfect. Think he stumbled. That's the reason why. Look here, Weasel. I did a video talking about Shakiri, which is gonna come up in maybe an hour. It's gonna come up around 3 o'clock. Um, when you're on the greatest stage, your experience is what comes out on that moment, right? So if you stumble in the blocks, it means that you couldn't manage the pressure to execute your best race on the day. Yeah, that's all it comes down to. Experience. Pressure, bust pipe, and pipe, only pipe get bust last night. Let's just say that we should see what Ron Watson has to give at the World Championships. He said he wants. I like his mentality. He seems very solid, very focused. So let's see what Rohan can do at the World Championships. I'm looking forward to it. And again, as I said, I don't know much about him, so I'll be taking this time to learn more about Rohan Watson, so that going forward I'll be able to, have think pieces on him. Um, Pinnock, I agree with your last comment. A young man from sets was looking around and stepped over into the another athlete's lane. Yeah, Elaine has psychological issues to me. Elaine has injury issues. T, don't apologize for being human. Just a week or so ago, you told us that you had a major fall. Between that and everything else, breathe. Oh my, and I wanted to go to trials soon, but oh my gosh, it is what it is. My cats almost took me out. Oblique thought Akeem was the competition and was keeping speed with him. You have to run your own race. You have to run your own race all the time. All the time. I spoke about this. Somebody was saying something about Sherika Jackson. I don't remember. And I said these athletes, in comparison to Shelly, and I was saying at the end of the day, these athletes will have to learn to run their own race. You see, Sherika can run her own race. Last night, you have to learn to run your own race. You can't look for who in a race. Run your own race. Um, Oblique ran like a sports day athlete. I don't know what Oblique was doing, to be honest. I don't know. Who do you think will win the US 200 meters? Um, I'll probably go with Gabby. I'll probably go with Gabby. Yeah, I'll probably go with Gabby. But that it doesn't matter that you guys take three and all these three look like the strongest contenders to go. Though I will throw in a Tamara Clark. She's creeping back up, so they have to watch out. But these three look like the strongest three right now, so I don't think it matters who places where. Um, what time is the 200-meter heats today? Let me see. Oh, Chuckies, I said I wasn't spending long, so let me just jump on to the other things that I want to talk about. What did they ask me about? 200-meter heats? Where am I? And it's 200 semis. It starts at 6 p.m. The seniors, that is. The seniors starts at 6 p.m. and the men is 6:20. All right, I'm already on this for. Oh, it's just half an hour since I've been on. Okay, I thought I've been on for longer. Let's see. I don't want to pass an hour, so yeah. Um, I think she should just shut down her season early and rest for next year. Take. Are we talking about Elaine? I don't know. I have to think of. I'm gonna think about Elaine some more and give you a deep dive as it relates to what I think needs to happen going forward. But I think I need to sleep on it some, and think some more, watch a few more races, listen to a few more interviews, watch a few more trends, and then tell you my thoughts. Um, T, don't try. Just I'm doing my best. He got injured in who? Yeah, he got injured in the finals, right? And the commentators were saying it could possibly be because of what he was doing in his heat race, acting crazy. I don't know what he was doing. Boy, I don't know. These guys need to take a page out of the girls' books, man. Yeah, I know. I heard about the injuries. I heard about the injuries. And this is why I'm also against. Last night somebody said Elaine doesn't. Quite a few people on the live were saying Elaine doesn't, perform well when it comes to world championships. And I said, look here, I'm not putting out that kind of negativity. You see, when you start saying that, it's gonna become a fact where every time we're world championships, one monkey come on your back. No. You need to break that cycle, break that negative cycle, and try to also have a good world championship year. So I'm not gonna put that out there. Yes, she also ended up being injured this season as well, but again, they just need to figure out the management issues as it relates to her and making sure that she's at her best each season, right? I think that's gonna take some doing. Clearly, because she's somebody that's plagued with injuries, but at the same time, I don't want to put it down to, this whole world championship thing versus Olympic thing. Let us see. If you look closely at Ron Watson, got a horrible start. At one point, he was like seventh place, and yeah, I liked his last 30. I liked his last 30. This guy is capable of 9-7. He has a month to fix the start, and MVPs known for their start, so I know for a doubt they'll be working on him. Now that he's made the team, they'll definitely be refining everything they can in that time frame to make him that much better in this time frame. Also, he's when I looked at him straight on front way shot, he looks much shorter than everybody else. So it's very impressive the times that he's able to put down. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he'll be able to do going forward. Again, as I said, I want to learn more about him so that I can talk about him more. You know what I mean? I don't want to do a disservice to Rohan Watson. Um, Look, I still believe in Oblique. He needs to start running on the circuit abroad. Okay, I've been saying this for a long time. You all attacked me. The Jamaican male athletes need coaches from the US. No, we're good. We're good. We're good there. Why you make why your male athletes are doing good recently? Huh? Is that our Jamaican athletes? Why are our male? I don't know. Keisha, was that coming from me or are you responding to somebody else? American sports commentators still have Oblique medaling. Oblique needs to sharpen up. He needs to sharpen up. Whatever need to sharpen up in other time frame that he need to sharpen. Shakiri is still not very confident, and I saw that in her execution last night. I'm glad she made the team. That's what was most important, and she made it. Everything else can be worked on with time. Bolt was heavily criticized until the world accepted and loved him. Fact. Well, that's true. That's true. They'll hate you until they have no choice but to love you. Jaka is eyeing the world record in the 200, I think. I dropped a video on that. Please take a look at it. My thought process as it relates to Sharika and that 200-meter world record. Um, Ackerman also needs to stop running so straight. Oh, Akeem. Oh, yeah. Technically, yeah. Again, he's still young in the sport, so there's still a lot to work on. And track is when you see all these issues with athletes, it's a good thing because at least coaches have things to fix for them to potentially get faster in the future. Um, People need to stop analyzing the athletes and stop putting out these negative energies into the air. Elaine has injuries. I just heard that she was limping after the 100-meter finals. Yes, she was. She was. So let's see. I don't know how that's gonna bode for her 200 when I think about it, but all the best to her, that's for sure. Last night in the 100-meter finals for the women was fire. Budapest will be more fire with Shakiri, Shelly, and Sharika. Don't forget Talu. Talu is also in the mix, but it's gonna be very good. I can't wait to see. Obviously, Jamaican dominance straight. Every one of the girls last night really run their own race, and it was good to see for real. Okay, so Briana was out there in lane 8 all the way out there. I really felt as though that if she was closer, she would have been able to really challenge for a spot on that team. Unfortunately, again, there are no take backs. It is what it is, and she finished fourth. Also, Brianna has been somebody that has been struggling with injuries herself. So when I see a lot of people coming out and saying again more negative things about the athletes, I'm like, some of y'all don't even know what's happening in the background with these athletes for them to still come out and still put down such performances. And something I really want to point out with Brianna, and I guess this goes for all our juniors because most of them made the transition to professional ranks recently, and Brianna herself made a transition to a new club. um it's going to take a while, trackies, for the body to be able to handle these new training regimens. And what we're seeing, hearing about these plethora of injuries from these younger athletes, it's because their bodies literally have to break down to be built back up to be able to manage everything that they're doing in training. So we are hearing Brianna. I've been getting a lot of things coming through from Brianna and what she's been going through, and I'm telling you, it's a lot. When you hear about what Elena's been going through, and you hear about what Brianna did, it's pretty much similar. It's a lot that she's been going through as well. And she's put up the fight, and she turned up and she finished fourth. That was an absolutely phenomenal performance for her, based on what I've been hearing that she's been going through. And again, this is for me, when I think about all the injuries that she's been suffering this season, I've chalked it up to her body breaking down to get back stronger. You know what I mean? When I think about Tina Clayton and her injuries, again, I'm thinking about the body breaking down to be built back up, getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? And we just have to give the athletes time to transition. Sometimes we want it quick and fast. Sometimes we see little bursts of potential and we get excited. I myself get excited when I see these bursts of potential. I've seen it from Tina this season and I'm like, wow, she's gonna do something phenomenal. But now that it hasn't happened or transpired, I'm not gonna be knocking her and beating upon her. No, I understand that time is required. Her body is also breaking down and being built back up. So let's see what happens next year, and the season after. But again, they're athletes for the future. So please, again, just give them their time. Please, no attacking the athletes. As a matter of fact, regardless of whether or not they're junior or senior, go easy on them. It takes a lot. They're putting their bodies through a lot. We're on the outside looking in. As a matter of fact, me just walking outside, my cat almost took me out. Just imagine if I was running on a track, I'd probably, be out the first day and never be, no, not even the first day, the first second. Give you a funny story. A few years ago, there's a straight in front of our house, the road. There's a straight away before you turn a corner, right? So a few years ago, my nephews and my older sister came and said, "Hey, let's have a foot race on the straight." So I was like, "Okay, cool. I want to be a part of it." So I'm like, "I want to join." At first, they were like, "I need to come and watch the race and see who wins." So I'm like, "All right, cool." But when I got down there, I got excited, all excited, and I'm like, "I want to join." Track is, I'm like, I know I'm fast because I was fast from primary school and I was really good. So I'm like, I know I'm fast. I know I got this. Track is, my mind was one place. My mind was winning the race. My body was someplace else. Track is, I took one step. Believe me, I took one step and I ate the concrete. I literally ate the concrete. I could not believe. I was battered and bruised up, chipped up just from taking one step. So, it's amazing what these athletes do and put their bodies through, because I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. That's for sure. Because if one step took me out, I can just imagine with trying to do this repetitively would do to me. Anyway, Akeem also needs to not run so straight. They're working on Akeem. Akeem is a work in progress, trackies. You've seen him incrementally get better over the years. And again, he's still another very young athlete. What is he? 21? Very, very young. So there's a lot to look forward to in the future. Same thing with Marley. Remember the bit of about a prophet is never accepted in his own country. True, that is true. I wish Elaine all the best, and I hope she go get herself taken care of. I hope so as well. She needs to heal and come back. Some money on the circuit. This is still work. Agreed. Who got injured? Almost everybody, honestly. Almost everybody has been carrying injuries this season. I must say Sherika alone. And you know what? Let me not even say that, because Sherika spoke about her race, the one against Talu, the things that she faced. She said she wanted to run fast. in that race, but she faced so many setbacks. Just traveling to the meet, getting to the meet, not having anything to wear. So much things was happening to her, and it was just not the day. So again, even if it's not injuries, athletes are going through things just like normal people get up every day and face challenges. They also face challenges as well. 6 o'clock is a 200-meter heat. Me, a former JC athlete, may think Rudolph Matty would have been a world record athlete if it wasn't for that 1996 Olympics injury. I don't have enough on the information to speak on it, so I'll take your word for it, Jamon. I felt Elaine needed more races because she was getting a little bit better each round. The same can be said for Tina Clayton. Yeah, she was definitely getting better each round. But I think there's an issue with her pickup as well. That top end, Briana came from behind Elaine. As a matter of fact, I think Sasha Lee Forbes probably came from behind as well. I think the only people that were ahead of her, like out from the blocks, was possibly only Natasha and Sharika. I think she was either level with them or they were probably slightly behind her. But still, her top end needs some working on. So she's lost a lot of her top end speed. So that needs to come back as well. I definitely saw her attempt though. Remember, I was talking about her start in one of my videos that she needs to get her start better. I saw her attempt to get a much better start in the finals, and she did get a much better start in the finals, but her top end just didn't carry her through. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things. Again, somebody had to make it, and somebody didn't. Again, only 3 people would make it, and what is it? 5 won't make it. I mean, individually, and it's just the game. Um, Elaine is working with about 3 injuries. Injuries. Yeah, these athletes are going through it, man. Um, Shaquan, the athlete from State who was showboating in the semifinals. I don't know what he was doing, but again, I chalk it up to him being young, so I'm not even going to come back on him again. Yeah, break the cycle. You have to break the cycle. Don't put out certain things because it will become a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rohan Watson was the shortest in the race. Yeah, I was looking at him front ways. I'm like, damn. And it's so funny when I call these people short because I look at a lot of the females and I call them short, but they're actually taller than me. It's so funny. But anyway, so I shouldn't even be calling people short because I'm very short myself. Elaine cannot shut down her season. Remember, she's under contract. No, if she's injured, she has to shut it down. If she's injured to the point where running is going to hamper her, contract or no contract, you have to take the time because consistently running on an injury can be detrimental to your future successes. So, no. Whilst on one hand I agree with you, on another hand, no. Um, Possible 4x4. All right, Chuckies, I'm gonna be breaking that down in a video in a future video, so I don't really want to get into it right now because I haven't really thought about it too deep. I'm just letting the trials end, and then I can get into some more deep dives. I love doing deep dives, so look out for some more spicy videos to come. Most of it is thoughtless, careless talk, and yeah. But you guys are continuing the negativity. Come on, let's let it go now. Let's let it go. Any update on Kishane Thompson? No, I haven't heard anything yet. I'm waiting to hear. But he's definitely one that I'm gonna be keeping an eye on going forward for sure. Um, Physiology and psychology goes hand in hand, or psychology and physiology goes hand in hand. Yeah. Um, I meant to say, respond to the person that said or made like, okay, yeah. I figured that's what you were doing. That's why I asked the question. Um, what about Akeem Broomfield? He's before I make mention of it, I didn't get to watch it, so let me go look. Akeem Bloomfield. Is this the senior man? Well, I don't see any Akeem Bloomfield. I'll have to figure out those information trackies and then I'll do a video update on all the athletes that didn't turn up, why they didn't turn up, what happened with them. Yeah. Um, that may be so. Brianna has made the relay. Yeah, all eight make the relay. It's just whether or not Jamaica wants to take them. They can carry 8 people. They can carry 8 people. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the individual team. When I'm talking about team, I was talking about the individual team. Yes, it has. And think about the short time that she's been with her new club and the growth that she's experienced. Just imagine when she's now fully healthy, fully fit, what will happen with her. Which is why I'm saying again, even though they haven't been performing how we want them to perform, there's good signs leading for in the future for sure. Um, I'm very proud of all my Jamaican athletes. They don't owe us anything yet because at the end of the day, it's a job for them and they're working tooth and nail to feed themselves. Um, I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I just think he needs some maturity. Uh, I'll get into the relays at another time, not right now. Um, okay. But went through the same transition process. No, sir. Are we talking about the injuries? Okay, if we're talking about the injuries, I agree. Um, I would want Brianna to still lead off the relay. It's gonna be tough having her in the finals because no, wait. Yeah, it's gonna be tough having her in the finals because remember we have four people: Shelly, Sharika, Natasha, and Shasha Lee. So right now, just look forward to one a heat birth, and that's as best as we can possibly get. From Brianna, Elaine, Ashanti. Oh, this is actually perfect. I would love to see Brianna, Elaine, Ashanti, and Alana. Let me see, how would I put that? Okay, I would go Elaine first. I would definitely put Alana on the back stretch. I would put um what's her name? Ashanti on third leg, and I would put Elaine on anchor. That's a good heat race. You know what I mean? That's a good heat race. But anyway, Chuckies, I'm gonna get into the relays little later. Little later. No, no. Make the championship done, and then I will get into relays, okay? Um People purposely ignore facts. People will be people, I suppose. But I just don't like the negativity. So Chuckies, I'm asking you. I've already said the piece on the negativity. Let's just go forward in a positive light, yeah? And don't look at my face and think I'm feeling one thing. I'm literally just exhausted, you know what I mean? And I'm trying my best to hold up and bring you coverage. Wait, I didn't know Brian and Akeem was the same age. Wow. I think he's 21. Let me double check. I definitely think it's 21 though, but let me double check before I'm speaking nonsense. Um, men, men. 100 meters. Let's see. Let's see, Akeem. Akeem is 21. Yeah, he's 21. Yeah, his birthday's in January, so 21 this year. 21. He's very young. So there's a lot to work on when it comes to Akeem Blake for sure. Most athletes run with injuries. That is a fact. Athletes are always going through stuff, which is why I don't like all of the attacking. The attacking is not it. Let's just celebrate the athletes that have made it. Let's celebrate their accomplishments and move forward. You know what I mean? Um, He's a kid, man. That's why we have to be proud of him regardless. Yeah, I took, as I said, I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes and I said, okay, he's a kid. And I moved on. Um, Ungratefulness worse than obia. What is this? Who is this person? Look here. Apparently you come on at the wrong time. Where are my mods? Mods, if you're in the chat, please do your job. For me, please. I don't want to see these things. I want to go forward positively. I'm begging you. Okay? 200-meter heats and semis running in the afternoon. Finals tomorrow. There's only semi, so it's a semi to final. There's no heats. Um, Brianna's start wasn't so perfect, like her usual, and that makes me more impressed. Yeah, because she was on the outside, so I feel like because she was so disconnected from the rest of the field, she didn't get a good start. But again, track is, it's the race happens in the moment. I'm sure right now, if you all ask maybe all athletes, they'll tell you, oh, this part of my race wasn't the best, that part of my race wasn't the best. So again, you just have to execute your best race on the day also. Um, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Brianna comes with after she gets over these injuries because I know for sure she's seen a lot of progress. Even with all of these injuries, a lot of progress has happened for her. So I can't wait to see what happens, in the next season. I can't wait. I'm actually looking forward to it. She has taken it really good to this program, I have to admit. I truly believe that because of all of the disqualifications, Akeem and Oblique were not concerned about getting thrown out, and it badly affected their starts. Um, Elvin, this doesn't make no sense to me. You know why it doesn't make no sense to me? At the end of the day, right? You have to be prepared for everything, any and everything as a professional athlete. So, again, when you turn up at the start line for a final in a major competition, you have to zone out everything else and run your best race. Even to the point where you probably don't even focus on your competition and see where they are. Just run your race and win your race. You know what I mean? So again, the athletes have to learn how to execute. They have to learn how to execute because if they can't execute at Jamaican championships, what's gonna happen when they go to the world stage? MVP won senior women and men, yeah. First and second, yeah. Was it first and second? The second guy was also MVP. What's his name? Ryan Ford was also MVP. Yeah, man. MVP came with a thing. MVP did their thing. I don't know if you guys remember me saying in a video some time ago, and I hope you guys are liking up the stream. I see 160 of you here, so I hope you're liking the stream. I don't remember if you guys heard me saying in a video that MVP has been strangely silent. I said this going into the championships. They've been strangely silent, and I'm watching them like a hawk. I'm expecting something from them. So seeing what I'm seeing, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised because again, MVP is MVP, and they're a high caliber club. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, thank you, Jamon, for the 9.99 super chat. A whole much fee about I saw a video with I think it was who was TJ saying it was $60 for a bag of bag juice. I had to turn to somebody and I had to say, then I never $10 for one bag of bag juice. I haven't had a bag juice in so long that I don't even know how much for a bag juice. I couldn't believe when he said $60. I'm like, what? What is going on in Jamaica? Anyway, thank you. I'll buy myself a bag of bag juice. Kemba said she got injured a week. Oh yes, I did see that she posted it on her social media that she picked up an injury as well. Again, another athlete that has started a new program. Remember, she also joined Elite last season as well. Body breaking down to build back up. Track is it's a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? Don't be coming out attacking the athletes. Um, let's try to be a bit more understanding. Where how things are gonna work up at $60 for one bag juice. $60. Amazing. I'm shocked. Um, hold on there. Let me. Who is this person? Give me a second there. Cause this Jamaican Jews mark of the beast is really. Um, I have to put you in timeout. I have to put you in timeout. I'm sorry. Mark of the beast. Yeah, too much negativity. I just spoke on it. I don't know why. Some Jamaicans will just never change. Um, where am I? A $60. The bag juice them get dear now. I think a lane 8 affect Brianna. Yeah, I agree. I think the lane affected her for sure. But it is what it is, Chuck. Is it you have to run in the lane with the gear, you know what I mean? As I say, it's a straight line. So yeah. Ron Watson's 21 too. Okay. Again, I'm gonna take this after the championship track is when I have some time. I'm gonna take my time and research Rohan Watson and get more familiar with him so that I can speak on him going forward. Kishane Thompson is 22. Young guys, loving it. I think Jacko should go for the record in the heats. I kind of get the vibe that she's going for the record, and I wondered to myself if she's gonna go for it in the heats because she gave me a certain vibe when she was talking in her interview, and it felt like she's gonna try it from in the heats and not go to the finals. So let's see. But anyway, I'm expecting something fast from Sharika, that's for sure. Um, Ryan Ford is 22. I be a young guys. I like it. Give me a mother. Okay, let me deal with that, Denisha. Um, where's this thing? Okay, let me add you, Denisha. Give me a second. Denisha, where are you? Okay, here we go. Add as mod. Okay, thank you, Denisha. There you go. I added you as a mod. I'm like the negativity. I can't believe after I went through such a spiel, even to the point where I'm tearing up and crying, and you guys are still at it. It's crazy. Wow. Rashawn was the biggest performer. Yet Rashawn shocked me. You know, Jamaica looks good, trackies. Nobody look on it this year so much. Just think about the future. Just think about 1 year. Just think about 2 year. You know, and you know what I appreciate? I appreciate the parents, the guardians. You know, the ones that are around these athletes that are capable of seeing the potential and taking the risk. Trackies, without risk, there's no reward. A lot of times I see a lot of young athletes across the world, take up going pro to go to the next level and perform well. And when I see athletes, standout athletes from a Jamaican standpoint, and I put the question out and I say, it's possible for the athlete to go pro. The first thing is a kickback. What about their lessons? What about their lessons? Track is the last time I checked. We're all doing this to make money, right? We're going to school, we're going to getting our degrees, everything if we go get one work to make money. So if I can start making money earlier, why not? You know what I mean? And I feel like we have this mental block against going pro. We're too pessimistic as well. I guess that probably leads into the negativity. We're too negative, too negative. Like we don't see the opportunities sometimes and jump at them. Yes, it's a risk. I understand that it's a risk. It's a risk, but life is a risk. You know what I mean? And without great risk, sometimes there's no great reward. And I love what I'm seeing with these athletes. They've taken up the pro route, these junior standouts, and they're doing well from early. We now wait until 25, 30 to see some good performances. We're seeing it from the young guns. So I'm loving it. It kind of reminds me of what's the young guy name from? Is Brazil in the 400-meter hurdles? Remind me of his name, please. Somebody in the comments. He was also somebody that performed well on the junior stage, and he literally went pro same time. And we saw him win the world championships last season in the 400-meter hurdles. Granted, Karsten was not at his best. Ray Benjamin was also not at his best, but still, he came out and he won. And he's very young. I'm thinking he's only 2021. He's very young, right? So again, Jamaica, when Jamaica see them young people, them need to take up it. Take up the pro, go make a money, develop your skill, hone your skill, and become a world beater from early on. No matter wait, because you wait and your time pass you. You know what I mean? But I love what I saw from Rashawn Clark. I'm just loving what I'm seeing from the juniors, full stop. 200 meter start 6 o'clock. What time 200 around 6 o'clock? MVP master at peaking athletes at the right time. Do you realize how silent they have been this season? They've been very silent. I said, no, something is up. Something is fishy. And I'm glad I still kept that thought process when it comes to MVP. Rashawn Clark is also Suda Jr. Yes, he is. I love it. No, it was first and third. First and third? What are we talking about? You mean the women's 100 meters? Oh yes, Natasha and obviously Sharika. Yeah. Thank you for your great coverage of Jamaican trials. Your analysis and knowledge of track and field is second to none. Thank you. I appreciate it. This a delay like 5 minutes. Really? Wow, that's crazy. Let me just try to scroll through these comments. Maybe I'm taking too long to read the comments. Let me scroll through. Natasha, Sharika and Natasha I was making reference to. Yeah, I get it. Um, does anyone have the J3's live results for today? Wait there, let me put the link in the chat. Oh, and that's another thing I need to talk about. That J3's need to do better. This website is 1920s. It takes 10 years to upload, 10 years for everything. I don't know what is going on, but this is not it. All right, so I put the link in the chat for the meet results. It doesn't necessarily update at the same time, so let's see. Where am I? I think I lost my chain of thought. Gosh, where was I? Just joining TT. Do you have any video of the Rashawn Clark race? Track is the races are all over Twitter. They're on Twitter. So as long as you have a Twitter account, you can just go on, just search Rashawn Clark and you'll see the races. I'm not going to be putting the races on the channel. Clearly, I don't have rights to put in the races on the channel. Track is, I've been having my bout of issues, demonetization. I almost lost the channel completely. 3 copyright strikes. And with 3 copyright strikes, you stand a chance of losing the channel. Track is, I don't know how we lucky so, but we still have the channel, so I'm not even gonna be taking those risks. I'm sure some of the races are also on. I see all over YouTube as well, so you can search it on YouTube as well. But it's not gonna come on the channel. I'm sorry, but it's not gonna come on the channel. Yeah. If the heat is after 7, she can go for the record because the wheel will die down. Oh yeah, and it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is still iffy. I'm trying to remember the juniors. The junior heat started early. The junior final started. What time the junior final started? From after 6, and they were getting positive wins. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility to get a positive win, maybe around 6ish, maybe. We have to pray for them and hoping for them injury free. Yeah, for sure. Big talk to you, the parents, guardians, and the caregivers. Big up for sure. Um, you can argue that the overall team looks the best it has ever looked. Yes, we're not dependent on a few athletes from medals. I know I won't say the best ever. 2009, I'm thinking is probably the best ever. I've seen Jamaica, yeah. 2009, I'm thinking, but this one for sure can challenge because we're looking good in the women's 100-meter hurdles, the men's 110 hurdles. We're looking good in the flat sprints, 1 and 2. We're looking good over the fours, 4 hurdles. The field events, the triple jump male and female, long jump male and female, um, shot put, discus. Yeah, it's a deep team. This team has the most depth. But as it stands now in my mind, until I see, until I collate the team in my brain for 2023, I'm still holding 2009 as our best team. Um, sometimes they go to college and by the time they're ready to go pro, they're not producing the times which they were as a junior. Agreed. Sometimes they have to strike while the iron is hot. There's always going to be somebody younger coming up, right? Dos Santos. Dos Santos is very young, very, very young. If I'm not mistaken, he's 2021. So, and he struck while the iron was hot. And if I'm not mistaken, wait, let me see. Remember, I dig up Dos Santos' age. I'm trying to remember which Jamaican was in that 400-meter hurdles finals with him on the world stage. Alison Dos Santos. Let me go dig up Alison's age here because he's very young. Let me see. Some young age. Brazil. Where's his age? Okay, 2000. So, what year are we in? So, he's 23. He's gonna turn. He's already turned 23. Okay. Well, is it 23 or 22? Whichever age. I don't know what I'm calculating. But yeah, he's very young. So, and I know there was a Jamaican he was in that 400-meter hurdles race with back in the day. And I remember thinking to myself that You see how he took up the chance and turn pro. Let me go dig him up from his progression. Let me go dig him up. Let's see progression. Where was he? Halley in 2019. No, that's 400 meters. Where's 400-meter hurdles? Okay, that's the World Championships. Where is his times before this? Tampere. Okay, 49.79. How much did he finish? Which year was this? 2018. All right, let me go dig up what he was doing in 2018. Let me see how much he finished at that World Championships, World Junior Championships, or World Under 18. I don't remember what it was, but he was some young age. Results. Let me see. 2018, I said. Let me see here. He went to he went to okay, the World Under 20 Championships, and he finished third in the final. Third, he finished in that final. Let me go dig up who he finished third to. World Under 18 finals. I know there was a Jamaican in the finals. Under 20 Championships 2018 400-meter hurdles. Let me see. I remember there was a Jamaican in that race. I'm sure. Oh, the South African one. Let me see results. Can you show me results without? Okay. Lord, they must show me one bigger ever all long something. When I ask for this, how am I gonna sift through? I don't have the energy to sift through this. Let me just open the race real quick. Yes, I'm feeling lazy right now. Let me open the race and look at it. Pause. Where who was in the race? Dos Santos there. I see Dos Santos. I'm trying to remember. Where's the results popping up on the screen? Okay, here we go. We had two Jamaicans. We had Leonard Legister and Malik James King. Oh, those were the Jamaicans in the race. Oh, and I'm glad I'm seeing Malik James King coming along now. But yeah, he was in that race and he finished third, right? And as you see him now, he's a world beater. So yeah, you have to strike sometimes while the iron is hot. All right, let's go. If you're not good enough, you're old enough. That's simple. What? If you're good enough, you're old enough. That's simple. Okay, yes, I agree. Um, will there be a link to follow this evening? What do you mean? 400 Antonio Watson, Sean Bailey. I'm looking forward to seeing it. If you're asking about a live stream link, you have to go to One Spot Media. Gives the J3 for more money. Yeah, the athletes need some more money, considering that they use the athletes to market the country, for tourism. Give them some money. But yeah, it is what it is with these cheap ass people finding money for everything else and not to give the athletes or the administrative bodies to run, the structures in place. I mean, come on. Um, it sucks. Yes, it does. In my opinion, I think some athletes talented, but they may not be no bright. What? But they may not be so bright. That's why they go pro right away. Oh hell no. No, no, no. It has nothing to do with well maybe yes, I guess in some cases, but no. I don't want you to think about it like that. They're just good enough. Again, if they're good enough, they're old enough. Alana needs to gain weight. Alana will be up in her program, and getting better technically over the sprint. Remember, she's just gone pro. Come on, she's still a junior. Doing miraculous things. 1092. Come on, come on, come on. Give her the time. Shakiri throwing off her wig gives me the chills. Her girl is mental. I loved it. I loved it. I loved. For one thing about Shakiri, she gonna give you one show. So I loved it. Um, It was funny, but please do not put any negativity. No, I loved her thinking about it. I think it's the 200. I loved her pulling off her wig, I should say. I think the 200 is gonna go to I'm gone 1 hour and 10 minutes. How did I move from half an hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes? What's going on here? What do you think will win the 200 meters at trials? US trials. I think I said Gabby. I don't think it matters. I think it's between Gabby, Abby, and Shakiri with what's her name? Tamari, not Tamari, Tamara. Clark having a outside shot. So let's see. Um, okay, that's not nice, Keisha. Zarnell just ran 10:03. Oh yeah, I was sent the race. I'm wondering about what's going on with Rona racers. Really, I wonder. I wonder if they've decided to not pick the athletes until right for World Championships. That's a possibility, that's a possibility. Because going off that 993, I didn't really like his performance in that run at all. He never looked so hot. I have to be honest. Rain or not, he didn't look so hot. He shouldn't have been struggling to win that race. I don't know. He struggled to win. Um, what's done between Shakiri, Gabby, still Shakiri. I don't think it matters as long as you're in top three, you make it. Um, when she did that, she immediately got distracted and almost got left in her blocks. Did you realize? Oh, I thought she was discarding her former self. So she made the team. That's all that matters. She can always address, whatever issue she has afterwards. That's for sure. Um, hey, what time will they be starting today? Then should I start already at 2 o'clock? I'm gonna run off the live now, that's for sure. um, I think if you're offered a really good contract, go for it. Get that bag when it's heavy, cause the shoes company switch up fast. That's for sure. Okay, and apparently Shakiri has jumped in the chat, saying thank you. All right, so trackies, that is it. It was just a quick talk about the athletes and the struggles that they're going through and the mentality that we have from our Jamaicans. So as sorry, the mentality we have as Jamaicans, we definitely need to stop. It's draining. It's draining me. I can just imagine what it's doing to the athletes. You know what I'm saying? I understand having favorites. There's nothing wrong with having a favorite that you're cheering for. But at the end of the day, if your favorite did not make it individually, there's no need to go on an attack for against other athletes. And if your favorite made it and an athlete that you quote unquote don't like didn't make it again, there's no need to go out and attack them. Be graceful in your in winning, or gracious in winning. You know what I mean? Your person made it. There's no need to go out and be nasty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll just leave you all with that. Again, the athletes are also struggling a lot as well. They're going through a lot physically and emotionally. Keep that in your mind as well. When you're speaking on them in terms of what you're expecting. Yeah, I'm always going to do deep dives. I'm always going to expect good from our athletes because that's just how I am. I'm always going to look on the positive end of things. I'm never going to look on the negative spectrum, right? So, just keep that in mind and lift them up, uplift them as best as possible, and carry them with you. Yeah, and again, look forward to raising the Jamaican flag proudly. When World Championships comes around, I'll probably paste one in the background right there so y'all know where I stand. So y'all don't come with the negative energy to drain me. With that said, Trackies, I've had fun with this chat. I appreciate you again joining me. Again, another impromptu live. I seem to be doing that. I seem to be doing that a lot. Really impromptu. I don't know if I'll be going live this evening. Depending on what happens in the 200s, I'll decide whether or not I'm going to go live. If not, I'll just, record some videos and drop them, in time slots for you guys to consume. But for sure, tomorrow I will be going live, I think, after the meet. Chucky, there are two reasons why I don't like going live. One is my emotions are very raw in the moment, and two, you all spoil it. Sometimes y'all's feed is ahead of me, and I don't know if you remember when I said to my sister, which is why I can't go live with her. Her feed is ahead of mine, right? So she's gonna tell me what happened in the race. I don't want you to tell me what happened in the race. I want to see it for myself. So that's pause it for me. I'm the type of person that doesn't want to hear the results. I want to watch it, soak it up, and get my own thoughts together before I see what anybody else has to say about the race. So that's part of the reason why I don't really like going live during an event. So yeah, that's why I'm not going live during it. Plus also, oh, another reason, I really don't want to clash with everybody else that's going live. I understand that we also have the same audience, so I don't really want to clash. So if somebody else is live, then I will choose not to go live as well, and I'll probably just wait until after. You know the thing go. So yeah. Um, Track World, well, you and know is the best showboating. Um, I didn't even watch the men's 100, so I don't even know. But Noah over the 200-meter makes the sport interesting. So I like seeing what he's doing. So I don't have a problem with what he's doing actually. Some of y'all are stuck into this boring little bubble. Wanna wake up out of the boringness and have little fun, little energy, little excitement. Jeez. All right. With that said, bye. Thanks for joining. See y'all later. Oh, remember to like the stream before y'all get off. Thank you again. Bye.